Hey everybody, JC here with another TNI toy review. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Justice League movie 6-inch DC Comics Multiverse Mera figure from Mattel. Now this figure is an Amazon.com exclusive figure. It comes packaged in the same style packaging we see with all the DC Comic Multiverse figures. Up at the top you've got the Justice League movie logo, then you've got the DC Comics Multiverse logo. The figure's clearly displayed in the window box. Down below you've got an image of the character from the movie and the character's name. On the side of the packaging you again have an image of the character. And then on the back of the packaging you have a look at the actual figure showing off the various accessories that she comes with. And you also have the bio on the back as opposed to the side with this one, and it is in multiple languages. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now it should be noted that this figure does not have any kind of collect and connect piece associated with it. The figure comes with this one weapon accessory, and it looks like it's some kind of spear or staff or something. You've got a little bit of a tip here on the end that's sculpted, and you got this little thing that sticks out, not sure what that's supposed to be. And then you have a little more detailing here on the end, and it gets a little bit thicker. But otherwise it's just a gray piece of plastic. It does come out of the packaging fairly straight, and again it looks like it's just some kind of spear weapon, but not a whole lot of detail with this one. Now, as long as you're using the normal grip hands that come with the figure, she'll hold the weapon in the left or the right hand, and she holds it pretty tight. And then finally the figure comes with two different pairs of hands. So you get this pair of normal grip hands, and these are the ones that are attached to the figure when you first take it out of the packaging. And these have that metallic green that matches the rest of her outfit for the fingerless gloves. So those look pretty good. And then the second pair of hands are made to mimic her powers. She manipulates water, and so it looks like she's shooting water out of her hands with this pair. And the water is done with a semi-translucent blue plastic, and it gets more white as you get towards the top. And it's different sculpting of the water for each hand, so each hand is a bit unique. And then again on the actual hands you have that metallic green for the gloves that do match the figure pretty nicely. And switching out the hands is easy. You just pop off the hand you want to replace. You've got the little peg on the hand and the hole in the arm, and then you just plug in the hand you want to replace it with, and it should pop in there nice and tight. Okay, so for the figure itself, it's hard to say since I've not seen much of Mera from the actual movie to really give you a comparison, but based on the limited images I've seen, it seems to be okay. The face sculpt doesn't seem to be 100% to the actress, at least based on the image they use on the packaging. Not that it looks too bad, but I don't think it looks much like the actual actress. And I do want to note with the right eye on this one, it looks like the pupil is a little bit off with the paint job. But otherwise it's pretty solid. I like the skin tone that they've used, and she's got the pink lips. I think the hair looks pretty good. She's got that kind of reddish brown hair, and there's a bit of wash effect mixed in with the hair. So you've got nice texturing there. And then she's wearing the headpiece, which is done with a gold metallic paint, which looks pretty good. And then for the rest of the figure with the armor, she's wearing that Atlantean armor like Aquaman. And this is a mixture of green and metallic gold, which for the most part I think looks pretty good. I like the shoulder pads and how those are sculpted, and just the texturing throughout the armor is pretty good. Now I do want to note here on the leg, it looks like maybe you have a little bit of sloppiness with the gold. Looks like some of the gold is kind of rubbed off here on the side of her leg. Maybe that's supposed to be on purpose to give it kind of a battle-worn look to it, but to me it just looks like the paint maybe is just rubbed off a little bit. And you've got it on both sides. Not a major deal and doesn't stand out too bad, but when you really look at it closely, it definitely looks like some of the paint has kind of rubbed off there. Otherwise though, I think they've done a pretty good job, and like how the figure overall looks with the armor and everything. So this figure ends up standing just a little bit over 6.5 inches tall. Here's a comparison with the Justice League Multiverse Aquaman movie figure. And then here's a comparison with the Dawn of Justice Aquaman Multiverse figure. Hey baby, you should check out a real Atlantean. I've got wings on my feet and I can fly. Woo! So articulation with this figure is pretty much on par with what we've seen with the other Multiverse figures, which isn't great, but if you've been collecting the other Justice League movie figures, you know what to pretty much expect. Now with the head, she can turn her head to the left and right pretty good. She does have the long hair, so you have to kind of lift the hair up, but it is done with a pretty flexible rubber material, so it doesn't limit it too much. She can look down a little bit, but really can't look back at all. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint here at the shoulder. Now with these shoulder pads though, she can only get her arm out about that much. She has good rotation there at the shoulder. She has a bicep swivel, and then she also has a swivel at the elbow. She just has that single hinged elbow, so she can bend her elbow about that much. Then you have rotation at the wrist, but no hinges on the hand, so no up and down movement there. She does have an ab crunch type joint, so she can crunch down about that much, and then she can look back about that much. She has a waist swivel. Legs are attached with those hinge joints, so she can do the splits pretty good, and then she can get her leg forward pretty good, and she can do her leg back pretty good as well. She does have a thigh swivel. She has a single hinge knee, so she can only bend her knee about that much, and then she does not have rotation at the knee, and then hinges on the feet, so up and down movement, but no ankle pivot and no ankle rotation, and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So honestly, I'm not really sure how much of a role Mera will play in the upcoming movie, but for the figure itself, I think they've done a decent job with the overall sculpting of the armor. The face sculpt doesn't look 100% to the actress, but it doesn't look bad to me either. The articulation could certainly be better on the figure, like with all the figures in this line. But if you're a fan of the character or just want to build up your Atlantean army, this is probably one you'll definitely want to check out. I do believe they're supposed to be doing some Atlantean guards for the basic 6-inch line, which will probably go decently with this figure. Now this figure is available now, as I mentioned before. It's an Amazon.com exclusive. We'll have a full image gallery up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, please hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.